Mom and I are very excited tonight to be watching Season 3, Episode 6 of Roswell, New Mexico. We're going to have a little bit of discussion before the episode. This is the timestamp of when the reaction starts, if you want to skip ahead. But, okay, so first of all, we were a bit confused as to the bag that Kyle had with him when he was walking into Max's house, and why he was there. So one, I think he's there to check up on Max, because he says when he walks away from Liz, he's like, I'm gonna go check on Evans. And I think the bag was like his medical bag. So point two about Kyle is that, is it possible that the guy in the alien mask who is at Max's house is there for Kyle rather than Max? But point three is the main point of discussion. So you were, I don't know if you were fully convinced or you had thought that it was probably likely that Max and Mr. Jones switched.
No, I wasn't convinced. I thought that there was a possibility.
Yeah.
Except that going back, remember when he goes, okay, so I'm going to fix you, but this will kill me. And so
that because he was saying that he wasn't strong enough before to do it, and that he said that that's why he killed Zeke.
I didn't follow.
So you think it's not a full switch, but you think there is something that exchanged between them.
It may have. That there's...
so that Max is still Max, but there's maybe some additional knowledge, you think?
Maybe knowledge that he used.
Like how, like with Noah, where it wasn't exactly a switch, but it was a form of control.
Body.
So do you think it's like that, or do you think it's just like that there's something going on, but you're not quite sure, basically?
I don't know that there's something going on. I voiced it as a possibility.
Okay. So that I thought a lot about this. This is what I think. I am over 90% sure that they are switched. And I have three main reasons why. So reason number one is that after the healing, the next scene is then like Max waking up and Michael and Isabel are there. And Mr. Jones is like passed out like in the cage, I think back in the cage. And then Kyle and Liz have already left. So Max wakes up. And, Isabel asks him how you're feeling. He says, better than I felt in a long time. And then he kind of looks around like, where's Liz? And then Isabel finishes like, and Kyle, he drove her home. He forgot Kyle's name. Mr. Jones, knows, went to Kyle's office, so, is familiar with, maybe he just saw Dr. Valenti. And it's possible, hey, Max just woke up after a, experience. He forgot Kyle's name.
Okay.
That's point number one. Point number two is the fireball. And we'll go into this a little bit more, but he drives away.
Fireball.
There was definitely a fireball. And I'm like, what is it? And so part of what confused us and then some other people who also do reaction videos was the thought that it could have been like Max's house, that he then goes home and that the home is fine, other than being trashed. But that is assuming Max's reaction, because Max, seeing a fireball in the sky, would drive toward it to see what is happening to help, to figure out what he can do. Mr. Jones, he ignores it, basically. Keeps driving. It's happening behind him, and he keeps driving, because we know that that person ends up at Max's house and finds Maria. So he ignores the fireball. Going into that a little further of what is that? What blew up? Because he doesn't exactly look surprised, but he does look a little concerned. It's not shocking, oh my god, is that a fireball? He's not stunned by it. So, he seems to know something about it, but he does look a little concerned. Was it a bigger explosion than he was expecting? Did he blow something up? Is it some alien thing that when trying to destroy it, it explodes? Or is it some like regular thing that is destroyed in an alien way, which makes it explode? Like, what would Mr. Jones want to get rid of that he would risk the entire town witnessing a fireball? Or did he do it at all?
I can't.
But to the point of why I think they switched, 1, he forgot Kyle's name. 2, he ignores the fireball. But here's number 3. And number 3, I think, is probably the most convincing. So, as you know, I have never believed that Mr. Jones was as weak in his powers as he is suggesting. I think he could have healed Max from day 1. I don't think he had to kill Zeke in order to become strong enough to heal Max. I never believed that. But I think he would have said that to them in order to explain why both Max and Mr. Jones were passed out after being healed. Because if you just are going to do the switcheroo, you're going to have Max in Mr. Jones's body realize it right away and say, "Hey guys, he switched me," So you have to have them knocked out.
Both of them.
And you have to explain them being knocked out by, "Oh gosh, it's taken so much out of me." Because then you can have the switch. You can then either purposely knock Max out or just it happens, to explain why, to give him the opportunity to walk away as Max, but really being Mr. Jones. To put then Mr. Jones, Max really, back into the pod.
Right.
Where he can't talk to anyone. So I think they switched.
Yeah.
Who's going to find out first? I don't know, but I'm excited.
Something is not going to feel right to Isabel.
I think she's probably the most likely one to figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right.
But she did, because every mystery is one.
Wait, so she gets there and Kyle, it's already destroyed. So they already attacked Kyle and the guy is still there?
Do you believe in aliens?
Oh, sir.
I believe in statistics.
Stay here.
What the hell? They're being attacked? What is happening? And how did he turn it on?
Something's being he jiggled the wire.
No, but doesn't it only turn on every 47 days?
I read the 4th part too. Of all the books.
He doesn't know! He doesn't know that reference!
When I
Jeez.
took that job at Generax.
I think I got a lead on what happened to Valenti.
Oh.
What?
That was Kyle's radio.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's going on. There's a lot happening right now. Let's talk about the timeline. So, Kyle shows up at the house. There's a guy in an alien mask there. There's a scuffle of some kind. Maria then arrives at the house. Kyle is no longer there, but she is then also attacked. Max, let's just call him, arrives at the house, finds Maria, while there is still a guy in an alien mask there who, according to him, attacks Max,
And then runs
knocks
off.
him out. Then the sheriff's department is, at some point, is called, or they show up, find Max knocked out and Maria knocked out, get her to the hospital, but Max is apparently fine enough to just continue along. There's a lot of steps in there. Now, I was assuming that, she got hit in the head, but that would not
Yes, it
necessarily cause you to be in a coma. It could,
would. Yes, you can.
but, the way that they were talking about it made it seem like more than that. Or there was some, yes, what's going on with her brain because of the visions could be affecting, could have made getting hit on the head worse. It's a very strange timeline of events.
The hiding place shouldn't have been a problem, since I'm the only one that can touch it.
Are you saying you have
Wait,
something
why?
that recognizes DNA?
Burns the crap out of anybody without this dude's face.
What?
Does this mean that Jones
Since
could be
when? So then Kyle got away from the guy in the alien mask. And then someone dug up the alien sword.
Which was...
Who apparently Max is the only one who can touch it. Max or Mr. Jones. Which they'd never mentioned before, but okay. Yeah, he definitely could have done it himself.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like, that makes sense. And I also feel like the blood is a decoy, basically. So Kyle gets away, grabs that radio, wherever that was, knows he needs help, so that, to the point where he's going to send, like, an SOS signal. But then, that is what causes the radio tower to explode? But that is what exploded, though, right? This is the radio tower?
That's what they're saying.
Okay. And I believe that an exploding radio tower could cause a fireball that would look like that.
Yeah.
But there's still so many questions here.
What happened? You know why bats hit the window? Something messed
Bats?
with their echolocation.
Okay.
Did one of them bite you?
No. Just a rabies shot. To be safe.
Liar! If Michael is gonna go ask Alex about this, doesn't that mean that he knows that Alex is in Deep Sky? And we've not had a scene of him telling him that.
Can you hear me?
Oh, clever.
It's not even that I just can't connect with her. It's like there's something that is actively keeping
Yeah,
me away. No,
I
it's
felt
a
that
nightmare.
too.
Max found a bloody shovel nearby. Hey, did one of them bite you?
No. Just a rabies shot.
Where's the shovel now? Liz took it.
Alex, come on. Give a little, man.
Look, I'll talk to you later, okay?
Don't do this to me! Thank you! Thank you!
I'm not doing this with you.
Come
What
on.
are you doing, Alex? I didn't say I wasn't going to do anything. I just don't want you anywhere near whatever it is I decide to do.
Alex, that was hurtful. He wants to keep this so secret, but it's just, he was hurtful. That was hurtful. I can only assume it's because of he wants to keep the Deep Sky stuff a secret, and he's worried that he was partially responsible because he set his machine off, but oh, Alex Maines, that was not okay. I want an apology, sir. I want Michael to get an apology. Does Michael know about Deep Sky? Because it seems like maybe not. Because this would still be Alex's, like, area of expertise within the military. But I'm now thinking that I was right that Michael doesn't know about Deep Sky. And, like, whoa, man, I know that, like, oh, like, secrecy is the price of admission, but, like, I never expected him to go along with it that strictly. So I'm kind of surprised at that. He, so far, because that's obviously going to be a big revelation to Michael, and so I'm glad, like, we didn't miss it.
I'm pretty sure my friend knows something about it, but he won't tell me for some reason.
I assume this friend is Alex?
Oh, does Sanders know?
I ain't blind, kid. I am blind. But even I can see that you two are a thing.
Oh my god, this is so cute.
Since he won't tell me.
Is it in his little bunker? Is Sanders in the bunker? Or is this the garage?
You're just so busy beating yourself up for yesterday, you can't focus on what happened today.
I like this Sanders involvement.
If I follow that trail, I find Kyle.
I think you find Alex.
And I know when someone's lying. Now, you're not leaving here until you give me some truth.
Okay. I don't like her, but don't kill her.
At Generax.
Hey, just forget about Generax. Okay, if you sell your soul to the devil, you will always get burned.
And what
Still
did you do,
confused.
Alex? Okay, thank
So
you.
what would you do?
Is that glowing? It's glowing. What does that mean? Wait a minute. Is it possible that she shows up at the house, gets attacked, gets hit in the head somehow, gets knocked out? Because we saw that. We saw she had blood on her head. That when, let's call him Max, shows up, heals her, which is why there's not really, I mean, it could be in her hairline, but there's not really a cut anymore. It seems to be healed, which is like, sort of like a handprint, why it's glowing on her head, which would explain why she's in a coma and doesn't have a concussion. Did he put her in a coma? Did he do it? Because his story of, and then I got knocked out, just, he could have used that time to go dig up this sword thing, and do whatever the heck else. I don't know how Kyle got out of there. Oh my god, did he do it? Oh, Mom. Oh boy.
Hey, I came as soon as I could get the sheriff off my back.
Did you try to heal Maria?
How? How did you do that?
No.
Whoa,
I found a
okay.
handprint on her scalp.
Is she in a coma because of me?
That's the only explanation, Max.
Yeah,
After
isn't
everything,
it?
I'm still the problem.
You said you spoke to the sheriff. Did you have any leads?
No.
Is she dead? Is she still alive?
Nothing.
What does that mean exactly?
Blood relatives. Guessing you know who this is? The other could be an uncle, aunt, nephew. Anything else?
Half-sister?
No, that's it.
Either someone obtained a blood sample from either his mother or had his father's on file somewhere, or somehow got some from Rosa, and then it seems planted it there as, I'm still guessing, some sort of diversion.
But why was it Rose's blood?
Well, she is the most available, like she's in town, but Rosa, it does not appear, was at Max's house last night. But so someone then obtained a sample of of a family member's blood, placed it on the shovel, I think, to send them on this chase of trying to find Kyle that way, when really that's not how you're gonna find Kyle. I think this was a setup.
Trail of death ends here.
Deep Sky headquarters?
I tracked you to the secure facility that I cannot get into, so yeah, I don't need to spell it out for you. You know what that means, right? Whoever's inside knows what happened to Valenti.
Just figure it out.
Wait,
That's Kyle's radio.
how does he have that? Did he take it from Michael? But it was in pieces. Did he take it, or is there a second one? What is this? And what is Eduardo Ramos up to?
What are you doing
All
here?
tricksy at night.
The bats weren't drawn to the Lockhart machine. They were drawn to this radio.
Be careful with that. It is one of a kind.
It's two of a kind. Actually,
Oh.
my friend has the other one.
Okay,
He
alright.
activated it last night. He sent off an SOS signal. He received it. That's why the bats
Sir?
hit the window. That's why I hit you with the shovel.
At Max's house?
Your blood's all over it.
You're making something out of nothing.
Where's Kyle?
Why did he do
Once
this?
again, wrong question.
This guy.
Was he in the alien mask? For Kyle?
And
I'm
we
trying to
just
think. I
found
can't
out
think.
that there's two radios.
Yes. Okay.
That.
Kyle's story of his radio is that it was made by a family member. Which would explain why this guy also has one. So Kyle is at Max's house. There's a guy in an alien mask.
Who captured
At some point, there is a fight. At some point, also, Kyle and this guy
Wait a second.
are
you're right,
outside.
because Maria-
Maria walks in. The place is trashed, and then she is attacked.
Yeah, but
Kyle's
he
not there.
might, he might be tied up in the
Well, but at some point he gets outside
Because
now the hole may have already been in the ground. He grabs the shovel, hits, I think his name is Eduardo, with it. Although,
yeah, somebody hits him because
well, somebody does. Do we know that it's Kyle though? Well, Kyle gets away somehow. Kyle gets away.
But somebody
gets his radio. I don't know where the radio. I don't know where Kyle's radio is.
SOS.
Right. He apparently gets his radio, uses it to send a signal asking for help, which is then received by the Deep Sky guy. No, wait a minute. But he's at Deep Sky when that happens. But he would get hit by the shovel afterwards. Oh, I don't get this timeline. I don't get it. Alright. Maria, I think, is going to have some answers. Who wants to keep them from this, though? Could it be Mr. Jones?
There's something that she wants us to see.
Yep.
Maria?
Okay, oh my god.
Maria, hey.
Okay, the pillow's true.
What happened?
It's the regiment. They attacked Kyle. At least I think it was them. They had masks on, but
so
he couldn't breathe, Max. He was dying. I found his bag and I gave him some adrenaline.
Where is he?
What?
He's out there still, I think.
Maria, what happened?
Come on, I need
Must have been
more.
Exhausted. The case that Max asked for, did it do him any good?
What case?
You didn't get this from me.
I think we've seen her as a nurse before.
Evidence suggests the suspect may have sustained third-degree burns to the hand.
Give him some gauze.
Eduardo Ramos?
I hope it helps.
Wait, what?
Did you get a dog?
Jones did.
Oh, Lizzie.
Part two of all the books.
Oh, God. Come on,
Did you
Liz.
forget to tell us that you had something buried in the desert?
I wasn't sure it was relevant.
Yesterday you were honest with me, and today you
Liz!
honestly what has changed.
Hey, I came as soon as I could get the sheriff on my back.
Dead.
I found a handprint on her scalp. Is this why you're still keeping secrets?
You didn't give me any answers because you didn't know anything.
Ah! Liz! What? Who is he sending the dog
We're
after?
gonna find ourselves. Who the hell are you?
So those
That's
are
a very complicated question.
the two alien mask
I
guys?
believe you boys have something that belongs to
The
me.
sword?
What is it you people say? Never bring a knife to a gunfight?
I love that you figured it out. I was thinking it would be Isabel, but I love that it was Liz.
Yeah.
I'm glad it was Liz. So where is Kyle? Okay, so Maria's version is what actually happened, but so she said that. So Kyle was not gone when she arrived because he was trying to help her. He set off the radio, which then flew out the window.
Right.
Oh, so those two guys show up at Max's house, presumably to hurt Max because they're, I guess, part of the regiment. But they did not seem to think that that was Deputy Max Evans who walked into that storage unit or whatever, right? Like, it didn't seem like they recognized him. But if they were at his house to attack him, right? Like, am I... Okay, here's a question.
That's what I got.
What does Mr. Jones want to do that he would need the sword for? That's concerning. But then he goes to the hospital the next day, gets their sample of blood from which one of them was burned, uses his dog to use that to track them,
Right.
to find them, to get it back. Okay. So they dug it up from the backyard? Those two guys? How did they know where it was? And then at what point does that happen in the timeline of Kyle and Maria? And so Kyle sets off the radio after Maria is there. But don't they show Maria walking in, and like they don't show Kyle there. So I guess they just don't show the part where like he like steps back in the house because there's more, he hears that someone else is there. someone else is being attacked. He comes back inside, sets off the radio.
Maria said that he was attacked, but...
Yeah, and then seemed like he was, like, dying. Like, he was very hurt, couldn't breathe. Radio goes out the window towards, I think, the radio tower.
What happened to the deep sky guy?
Well, it seems like it was his blood on the shovel. But why was he there? And at what point in the story is he there? But that would mean that he was there at the same time as those two guys, right? So Kyle is in what state right now? Because it seems like he wasn't doing well. And does Eduardo care about Kyle's well-being?
He just pulled a gun on him.
Yeah, like, what is so secret about this that he would, like, threaten Alex's life to keep it a secret? And also, like, presumably he knows that Kyle and Alex might know each other because they're the same age, they went to the same school. Like, that should have been in Alex's file, like, when they were seeing if they wanted to hire him. So, now that Liz and Isabel and Rosa and, I mean, Maria know.
The three of them know.
They're I guess gonna, like, call Michael and be like, meet us at the cave immediately. We have to get Max. So once Max is then out, okay, first, are we assuming that Max is healed now? Like, they'll take him out and his heart will be healed?
No.
I hope that he is, because I kind of want to set that storyline aside. But it is possible that he just switched them and then knocked Max out. And how do they help Maria at this point? Because she's still in a coma.
Yeah.
Although it seems like she's definitely in a coma because of Mr. Jones.
Yes.
But
he put his hand on her.
But knowing that isn't enough to make it stop. Like, they have to, like, I would assume that Mr. Jones would have to reverse that himself. And I don't see why he would. And I don't think it's the kind of thing that, like, Kyle as a doctor could help with, because it's not natural causes. Why would it be that Max or Mr. Jones are the only ones that can hold the sword? Why would that be the case? I mean, maybe it's something, like, with the alien technology that, like, your sword is your sword. Like, no one can, like, take it from you. Like, it's made for you. I mean, Louise had a sword, though. In the 48 flashback. There were two of them. What do you think of the revelation that Eduardo is Kyle's uncle? But, like, does Kyle know about that uncle? Like, is this... Like, would Kyle recognize him if he saw him? Did he see him at Max's house? Recognize him and then be like, Uncle Eduardo, what are you doing here? Like, what? How is that machine connected to the radio? Because they were all in use at the same time, basically, right? And how did Alex turn the machine on? It only turns on every 47 days. I mean, it lit up, though. Did the machine have anything to do with it, or was it just the two radios connecting?
So. I think it was.
It was something with how the radios work, messed with the bats, and then had something about that specific line of radio towers that then led Michael to didn't realize it was Deep Sky, but there's some... I think Michael is suspicious of what Alex is up to. I hope that is addressed in the next episode. Because I don't want to carry this out of Alex being rude, like, and just not good to his friends. And he knows he shouldn't be doing this. He knows he shouldn't be hiding it. He knows that. I don't know. I'll watch it a few times this week, and we'll discuss before next episode what I figured out. So we'll have a better understanding going into the next episode. So, oh my goodness, this very intriguing, very complex, very confusing. So I'm hoping that now that some of the secrets have been revealed, that next week will be a little more straightforward. Like, I wanna, you know, keep it exciting and interesting, but I wanna know what's going on. So, we will know more next week.